So, hello everyone. The computer says that we're live, so I'm just going to assume that everything is working just fine. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm not on VPN because that's always a problem. I'm just going to ask if everybody is able to hear me good, and then we can start. I'm going to present to you what we're going to do today, and I know this looks a bit weird. But for this painting on this side, this peonies, I'm just gonna turn it around, okay? But we're gonna start with the tiny one. So, okay. Johan says, hello, we can hear you. And by the way, hello Marlena. Thank you again for joining me. And thank you for everybody that is live tonight. Today is Wednesday. Or is it Tuesday? Oh no, I forgot what day it is today. Is it Wednesday? I'm just assuming it's gonna be Wednesday. The days kind of blur for me. Like sometimes I'm just missing the days or two. My apologies. I'm just gonna assume it's Wednesday today, okay? I think it's Wednesday because it was a Loki. There was one Loki video. Anyway, today there's no teapots. I haven't prepared yet any teapots, but I had some flowers prepared for a long time. I mean, I always have some flower compositions that I can just start doing, and I just wanted to try out some new colors, and I want to try some new combinations, and I can explain what's with the combinations and why do I want to do that. I mean, normally you do green for leaves and normal colors for flowers, but I have found on my travels aka to the park, that actually colors of leaves can be very varied and colors of flowers also can be very varied. I mean, we found some trees that have really dark red leaves, almost to black, and they had a little bit of green on back. It was amazing. I was like, I didn't know that you can have basically so cool leaves. And some other leaves are, they have purple in the middle and then green on the outside, and they're purple with white or stuff like that. You might think that these are alien, but no, not really, right? So we're gonna start with this one. So I wanted to actually utilize that one, and I wanted the leaves to be a play on the red leaves, and the red with dark, like with black basically. Right? So then I want to make the flowers that they a little bit stand out differently. So I want my flowers to be more on the pinkish side. Okay, so I have here my Schminke super granulating set. I have some of the let's talk. I have some of my Japanese watercolors. These are very creamy and so on. They're called Boku Undo, and later on I'll put a link in the description below where you can find them. I bought them from Amazon Japan, so I don't use affiliated links, so yeah, you can try to get them. These are really nice dark colors and really creamy colors. I have my tiny set of Schminke super granulating, which is like special edition colors, right? And then I have my big set, which I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to show you only the color combinations. This is my big set. These are Daniel Smith's and some Schminke. Majority are Daniel Smith from this set. But yeah, I have quite a lot of Schminke as well. So I'm mostly going to use these parts today, like the Potter's Pink and the Violet and so on. And from this set, we're gonna use the reds and the darks and really cool colors. Okay, so just kind of what I have. They're all strewn around, and we're ready to get started. Yeah, I'm usually more into muted colors, so this is what I usually do. So I don't like very bright colors a lot of times, so yeah, that's what I'm using. A number 4 brush. So I'm gonna use Potter's Pink first, and then I'm going to mix that one up with some other colors. But first layer, first tryout is some potter's pink. Okay, and what I'm doing right now, and by the way, I have tissue papers next to me. I have a tissue paper where I just blot out the excess water. So, you know, I come with clean water and I pull the color out, and then I'm just blotting on my tissue paper. It's always handy to have a tissue paper next to you. And these are peonies, and peonies come in so many variety of colors, and some of them are quite nice because they are quite pinkish, right? But I'm not for bright pink, or very rarely I'm for bright pink, right? So I like to use potter's pink, and then we're gonna go with galaxy pink, which is a combination of potter's pink and some more bluish tone. And we're gonna do those, and then the other ones is probably going to be again some pink and yellow. I want the petals and the flowers to be super delicate because I'm gonna make the leaves like really pop out. Okay, so this is kind of what I want to do. So you can notice that potter's pink, and the potter's pink I'm using right now is Winsor & Newton, but the funny part is that every manufacturer has a potter's pink. I've seen it by Daniel Smith, by Schminke, by everybody. So you can just have this color by your favorite manufacturer, right? It's gonna be some slight differences, but it's gonna be this really muted pink, which is super nice. The Winsor & Newton one is quite granulating, and I really like it. Okay, so you notice what I'm doing. I'm taking a lot of paint, I'm putting it to the base of the petal, basically where actually the shadows are, and then I'm just pulling the color. Okay, it's nothing super fancy what I'm doing. The good part is, I'm using Arches watercolor paper. That means that it's 100% cotton, so the colors, the ink doesn't necessarily go inside the paper, it doesn't get absorbed. Like if you use a cellulose paper, it will get absorbed really fast, and then you can't do that. You can't pull the colors anymore. But because this is 100% cotton, I can do that. So I have some wiggle room, I have time to smooth things out, you know, to come with water and make things really nice. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. It's just the first layer, right? I'm already creating shadow with just one layer, which is okay. Okay, so let's add some more here and here. Notice that I've made the flowers go in different directions because, you know, from a composition point of view, it looks much nicer if you do that. And by the way, peonies are my favorite flowers to actually draw. So I don't know what is your favorite flower. Like, I know some people like to draw like roses and so on. For me, it's peonies. Don't know why. And it's a very specific type of peony because this is more like a tattoo type peony. Okay, I have no idea why I like it so much to draw. I like the shapes of the petals and how the petals work and how, you know, they how they curve. I just don't know. You can draw peonies in many ways, so this is just my way. And I get inspired a lot by tattoos. I actually have on Pinterest, it's funny, I have a Pinterest, I'm following a lot of boards about tattoos. I always wanted to get a tattoo, don't get me wrong, and maybe one day when I'm feeling I'm good enough with my own drawing, I'll just draw my own tattoo. That would be actually quite cool, and quite an achievement. But this is how I got into drawing tattoo style, because I actually had an idea that I wanted to draw my own tattoo and I will have a tattoo. Painting, I am very scared of anything that is hurtful, right? And tattooing yourself will be hurtful for me. So the reason why I haven't done it yet is because I'm scared, basically, of any pain. But my idea was I wanted to learn how to draw all the flowers. Like I have a lot of flowers that remind me of my family, and I have a lot of family that, you know, passed away. And I remember them by specific flowers because those were the flowers that they liked. Or, you know, like my grandpa used to plant these ones, and you know, a lot of the flowers remind me of my family. So I actually wanted to make a piece that has all of them, and you know, that is on me, and that will enable me to remember them by. So this is how I actually started with the drawing and so on. My initial drawing style was much more like, you know, doodling. So I used to doodle, and everything used to be super flat. Actually, if you look at my Instagram, on the first pictures that I ever posted were some doodling ones. So yeah, this is what I used to do. So but then, because I had this idea of the tattoo, I started to learn how to do more 3D shapes and more different things. And to be honest, I think I wish everybody should start with the doodling, because I think that really helped me get into the groove of things and get me into the drawing. Doodling is much more lower starting point. You notice that this one, the Galaxy Pink, it's like a Potter's Pink, right? But it's much more vibrant, has more red in it, right? This is what we want. If I want to make red leaves, I'm going to try to pair them with colors that are close by or colors that are totally opposite. So you can think of it this way, right? You can make a piece cohesive if the colors that you have, even though they don't look the same, it's not going to look like dark red I'm going to use, but it has red in it, right? Theoretically. So it's going to have the same feel versus I could also have chosen something on the opposite side for the flowers, right? Like a complementary color or something like that. But for now, we're just using kind of in the same range of colors. And I love this Galaxy Pink from Schminke. And like I said, the Galaxy Pink is a combination. Like the super granulating stuff from Schminke, they are made usually from 2 pigments. And one of them is Potter's Pink, which we already used, and another one is a red. And that's why it actually matches what we have already on the flower, but it's a little bit more intenser, you know? So it doesn't distract. It's not like a totally different color. So yeah. And if you wonder how do I choose my colors, I don't. I sometimes go random. I don't necessarily put that much thought in it. I go with a lot of my intuition, and maybe that's not what a lot of people want to hear. But I would say I go with what I feel like things go together. Sometimes I make mistakes. Don't get me started. I sometimes don't make the correct choices, you know. But I always learn, and next time I will not make the same choice again, because I'm thinking, oh, this will look nice, but it doesn't always. For example, I will not use cerulean blue for a night sky anymore. I did that. It was a mistake. It doesn't fit. It's too bright. Like cerulean blue is more like, oh, a sky and there's the sun out there and it's summer. You know, this is what you learn when you do this, right? So yeah. I'm thinking that I want to add some more colors to this flower, and I'm thinking I want to add some smidges of yellow. And I'm going to use this yellow, which is nickel azo yellow. I don't know if you guys like this color. I do. And in some parts I'm just gonna do it. I like to mix colors up on a piece. I like to mix different colors, and I like to mix them directly on paper. This is just me and my own preference. I don't like to mix on the palette. I get really muddy colors when I mix on the palette, so I prefer to do it like this. Okay, so yeah, I'm coming in with water, and I'm just blending things out. That's it. And look how nice it looks like, this transition from pink to yellow. It's just a tint there on the sides of the petals. Looks really nice. And the stark contrast is gonna have with the red petals, because I'm breaking it out with the yellow. The contrast is gonna be even bigger. Okay, Johan, you are more knowledgeable in this stuff. What is the complementary color of the pink/red, and what is the opposite color? Maybe you can do a search for us, because I don't know. I used to have this wheel that I'm used to do, but I don't have it now with me. It's somewhere in the back of my stuff. Okay, let's take a little bit more. I think this will be nice. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Or maybe I'm wrong, and maybe there's no correlation, and maybe they're not on the opposite sides, because maybe some green or something is on the opposite side. It's also fine. I am really enjoying this. The middle, I really want to bring the red, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to do the leaves, and then I'll see what the red should be in the middle to bring the piece totally together. You know? Okay. This looks really nice, like really, really, really nice. I'm really liking this. It is amazing. Okay. Normally this would be a red flower, but I think I need to go a slightly different direction with this flower. And I'm thinking maybe orange, yellow, or yeah, what if I do the other transition from yellow, right, to more pinkish at the top. I think, yeah, more bright yellow green. They say green, check. They say green, more bright yellow green. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's do it. Let's try this quinacridone gold hue. Okay, and this is gonna be a really nice reddish yellow. And then on the tops we're gonna do with a galaxy pink, and see how that goes. So it's a bit the opposite that I'm doing here. Okay. And then I'm going to darken certain things up, but that's okay. Let's see if I add this one. So I'm adding the pink on the top. How will that look like? Pretty sweet, pretty nice. You see how nicer it is when you are mixing the colors on the paper and not the other way around, right? I think you get much more control there, and then you don't get these muddy colors. So yeah. The contrast is really going to be nice, I promise. I promise. I never done it before, so I keep promising stuff. Maybe I should stop promising stuff that I don't know how to promise. Okay, and I really wanted to do a bit more darker, so I'm going to take this Tundra Yellow. Tundra Yellow is Schminke, and it's a really darker yellow. And I'm just gonna bring it into some of these deep crevices. And the only difference is that you really need to activate the ink, the super granulating ones. You really need to activate, otherwise it's not really activated. Okay, nice. It's a nice gradation. Okay, I like it. I like it. Let's continue. So, quinacridone gold hue from Schminke, and we'll continue. Notice how nice the yellow is, because it has this red in it, and it's not really orange. Yeah, it is like an orange, but it's really dark orange. And I really like it. Because I'm using a number 4 brush, I can actually technically go around all the pistils that this flower has and leave them white, right? I don't like to go necessarily with a white pen afterwards and make them work. So I pretty much prefer that I am able to go around it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, you get a really nice gradation when you do this. And yeah. Oh, by the way, one good news that I had, this paper that I did, so this is artist paper. This was one of the pads that I had for a very long time, and actually I finished one of my first pads ever. Which is funny. It's funny that I'm happy about that, which is like very strange. Remember that I said that I can only buy new paper if I actually utilize all my old paper. You can see here in the back, I have many pads of artists and many papers that I haven't used. So I was actually really happy that I got to to use the one of the pad. I actually used it till the end, which is funny, you know. So on to many more pads and many more fun things. Okay. And yeah, if I continue on this pace, maybe I'll finish my second pad, but I have like, I don't know, 50,000 more to go. Oh, thank you, Johan, for the grats. Like, it's so funny that I am such a hoarder, I would say, especially on paper pads from Archie's. I don't know why every time I need to buy something. Like, even yesterday I was buying stuff from Amazon because it was Prime Day, and you know, you have to buy stuff from Amazon. So I actually put in my basket some Archie's blocks, because why not? It's Prime Day, you can buy it. And then I realized, like, why am I doing this again? Because to be honest, it's a bit ridiculous. Like, I have enough pads there that I'm not using. And what I read and what I think is happening also is that also the pads, the lime inside gets broken if you don't use it. Like, they might become unusable in time. So they do have kind of, I'm not gonna say an expiration time, but they do have use by date, basically. You know. So I don't want to get into that. I think there was this video that I was watching from this girl, and she had some artist pads, and you know, the lime wasn't there, so the absorption rate was totally crap and all of that stuff. So yeah, I really do think I need to use my pads like in the next year, and hopefully I can make many illustrations by then. Other things, what happened? Oh yeah, on on Instagram I got well, some people are asking me if I'm doing seamless patterns because they want to collaborate with some basically pattern makers and like actual fabric makers. So I'm not really sure about that, but yeah, that could be it. I'm going to do the other flowers very similar because otherwise any other color will look just slightly off. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other one, and then we're gonna go again and we're gonna deepen some of these colors once they're more dry. Okay. Yeah, I'm not so careful with this one, don't know why. This is technically a looks like a Rosa Moesi, so in theory it should have been red as well, but because I want to do the red leaves, I'm just going to try to have it like this, more yellow and with purple. Okay, so let's see where those things go. Dum dum dum. Okay, and then purple. Okay. By the way, today we bought a lot of cookies because I just felt the need of lots of cookies today. We were in the market and we bought lots of healthy stuff, and then, you know, there was this new baker in there that had really amazing stuff. So we bought a lot of cookies and a lot of things. I think we already ate them, majority of them. We only have a few left because I also just wanted to buy stuff that I can eat today. I don't want to do unhealthy stuff multiple days. But it's really nice how there was this new baker. It had these tarts, and it made me think that I want to start actually painting some of these sweets a little bit, because this guy had these tarts that were just amazing. It had the fruits on top, you know. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Let me wait. Let me do this. I really want to let things dry. And you know what the problem is always? Is that when you have cats, there's cat hair everywhere, including on your brushes, because I don't know, cats tend to go everywhere. So I am trying to do some stuff. Let's see if that darkened it. This is the tundra yellow, right? So that darkens some of these petals more, which is nice. And it only works now because I let it dry. Okay, otherwise it wouldn't have worked. Like I tried it before when it was still wet on wet. When you're doing wet on wet, actually mixing stuff on paper becomes really hard. So you have to let the previous layer dry, and then it will work, like I'm doing here, you know. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. So now you actually have a really nice gradation into into that particular flower. And maybe I want to do also some darkening here and there of these ones, because I think they're a bit too bright, too yellow. So let's see. At least on some parts. Okay, so a lot of stuff about this piece. What else have we been doing in real life? We've been trying to find people that can remake our garden. So we want to do the garden. Currently, my garden has a big hedge, which is humongous. It's like 2 meters width, and generally I don't like it because they basically, in the hedge there's lots of spiders, and there's a reason why I never go out in my own garden, because I'm actually scared of spiders. So I don't particularly like them. I'm not too keen on them, and yeah, I would like to actually enjoy my my garden. So we're looking for somebody that can take the hedge out just to put a wooden fence, and so I can start enjoying the garden, and I can plant the flowers that I want and the quantities that I want, but it's not going to be one humongous hedge where every critter in the world is hidden. So, you know, this we've been trying to find that one. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm going to darken the last one again, and then we're gonna do the leaves. How is everybody doing so far? Everything okay? All okay? Marlena, how's life? I'm just hoping you're okay. I'm actually putting here where the petals meet and where one petal sits on top of the other, just to signify some of these ones. Yep. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. I think we've darkened them enough. They're gonna come together when we do the center with the reds, but first let's do that. So what am I thinking? These type of leaves that are very round, I wanted to do them with the black and the reddish black, and these other ones to be really darker green with tints of red. What do you guys think? I'm just assuming that it's gonna work. Okay, so the ones on top are always going to be brighter, so let's try the first one. I'm using from the Boku Undo, I'm using the color E03, and it's called reddish black. So that's the one I'm going to use. You can notice that on the first try, it actually looks pretty dark and almost like black. It's not really black, but yeah. It's really dark red, and this is exactly what I saw outside. I saw these really dark red leaves, and they were amazing. Honestly, they were amazing. Nature has this amazing ability to surprise us every day. Okay, really dark, and then I'm gonna use this galaxy black. Don't know if you guys know that there is such a thing as galaxy black. I'm gonna use it here as the color for the leaf that sits a little tiny bit underneath, and then I'm gonna give it a tint of red because black is pretty transparent. Okay, and this is a bluish black actually, which is really nice. and it really super granulating, right? Yep, this is the perfect color combination. Okay. I don't know if you ever seen those leaves, but this red actually matches very well those leaves. This red is so dark and so rich. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit more of this black. This is galaxy black, and I think it's done for a galaxy and is done so that it has this nice granulating properties. So we can have some nice granulation in the end. Okay. Okay. So that's why I'm not using a lot of water, because of the super granulation part of the leaves. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. So for example, this leaf here, it's gonna be with the red. It's really gonna be nice and dark. Some people do brownish leaves, which are also nice and which are also visible in nature. So, oh, is a good idea. Let's do more. I'm gonna do this leaf, and then it's going to be the combination with the green that is going to be really like the complementary color, and it's gonna look really nice. Like these leaves look like the petals. They look very close. Okay. And the other ones. Okay. I have 2 more to do. And I'll consider whether I add some pink or not, but yeah, we'll see. I really wanted to see how these red leaves are gonna look like. Tum 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 tum. Nice. And I always put on the base of the leaf, I'm putting the harshest color. So at the end I'm going to add some white dots everywhere and so on, so it's gonna really make it pop. But yeah, let's see. It's very hard to paint and to also show the painting in the same time, because I'm only filming from above. I don't know why I'm only filming from above. I used to film from the side as well. Maybe I should go back to that one. I think that was a good idea. Okay, I wanted to bring some more of this galaxy black here. This is really a nice and dark and moody scene. And then we're gonna do the other one super different. I'm gonna do it like bright and nice and with pinks and yellows and no, with red and oranges. Ah, that's gonna be nice. Okay. Okay. I am making this one a bit more fun. And now let's go into the greens. I'm going to use this one. It's called Forest Green Olive. So I'm gonna do that one. And I'm going to pair it up with another olive, but darker. It's probably from the shadow yellow, yeah. Dun dun dun. These are the Schmincke super granulating sets. I think they have like 5 sets on the super granulating side, and I personally only bought 3 of the sets because I can't always afford all of them. Okay, so I wish I could buy all of them, but to be honest, some of the sets were like pretty much on the blue side, and I don't really use that much blue. Let's be honest, when was the last time that I actually used blue? It's very rare that I use blue. So that's why I didn't buy them, because I thought, well, I'm not really using blue. I'm using many muted colors, but yeah, in a way I didn't want to waste the colors. Okay, and then, by the way, this is the colors that I'm using here. This shadow yellow is supposed to be yellow, but actually when you add green to yellow, for people that didn't know, when you add black to yellow, it turns into green. Surprise, surprise. I don't know why I'm acting so surprised, but for people that didn't know what happens when you add black to certain colors, try it out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be super fun. But instead of turning into yellow, they call it blackish yellow or shadow yellow, but it's actually green. Okay, cool. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 4 of them, like with this green, and then I'm going to go into much darker green. But this green actually fits by this one, right? So, what's the story with the teapots? I just didn't have time to sit down and actually draw another teapot. Last time on the stream, it took me 2 hours, but I actually finished 2 teapots. The idea was that I actually was only going to finish 1 teapot and the next teapot on this stream. But actually last time I did both of them, so I didn't really have the time to, you know, make the switch and do another teapot or another 2 teapots. So I will do that in the weekend. I will make all the designs and I will have enough teapots for the next few weeks, and maybe some fruit, not only fruits but some sweets and so on. I'm really thinking I need to get into sweets as well, because I'm making teapots, so what would be better to go with teapots other than sweets? Right? You will go sweets. Okay, I'm doing again really dark color here, and I'm gonna spread it around. But yeah, this really looks like a really dark olive. You know, there's advantages and disadvantages of these buco undo colors. But if you look at what this Japanese style is, that they're utilizing, is a Japanese style where they go with a color, like with a flat color. They don't necessarily mix things, and also they don't do layering. So that's why they made these colors, these Japanese colors, they're made much more creamier and much more opaque. They're a bit more watered down kind of gouache. Okay, so it's a different style of painting than with watercolor. You add layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of stuff, okay? With this one you don't, you can just do things in just one layer. So yeah, okay, and now I'm gonna use the shadow green, and the shadow green is much more of a grayish green. You see what I mean now? You see how dark it is? Yeah, it's a gray green. I'm gonna use the shadow green, and then I'm going to spread around. I'm very careful to go around everything, and if you're wondering how I'm doing that, you need to practice. Initially I wasn't able to do this, and I was always going over the lines. I was really bad at moving around shapes, but I practice and practice and practice, and now it becomes easier. So I think that is the word of the day. Practice, practice, practice. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one here. Not that I'm perfect, so I still need to practice, but it gets much better. And your hand gets much steadier, to be honest. So that's why. The paper also helps. Like if this was smooth paper, I would have gone over the line so much. But what happens with cold press paper, it has these grooves, and then your brush gets cut in them, and then you can't go as fast. Like if this is smooth paper, you could go really fast, but then you make mistakes and all of that things, right? So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. It almost looks like I did the wrong color. No, I almost wanted to say that it looks like the blue, but actually it's just dark, very dark green. Okay. Maybe my world is always in a constant state of twilight, and that's why I like these muted colors. Somebody was commenting saying like, oh, you have such an interesting style, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's probably because of the colors of the of the things that I do. Let's see this greenish black, how it looks like. Yeah, it's very similar. I'm just gonna do this one like that. It's more darker olive in a way. Okay, so I made the combination of the green with the pink and reds, and now I'm gonna add some different type of red, because this is like really dark red, but I want to add a little bit of the perlin maroon to the red just to give it a bit more life. You'll see what I mean. And this color is quite flat. If we go with the perlin maroon, it's gonna bring it to life, but it's still gonna remain dark. So, and perlin maroon is from Daniel Smith. You can buy it if you want from them. I think Winsor Newton also has a perlin maroon. It's more of a brown, reddish brown. You see how it brings it to life? It's no longer like this black hole. And that's why you need to let your pieces dry, and then what happens is when they dry, the colors get duller, and that's when you want to add your secondary part, your secondary color. Yeah, what else was I been doing? Oh yeah, I was looking for how to become a blood donor. Don't know why I was looking at that. Oh yeah, I was watching a YouTube video about Blood Donor Day from one of these doctors on YouTube and so on, and then that got me thinking that maybe I should donate some blood. And then I kind of researched, and it's actually the blood donation site is not far away from where I live, so that's actually quite nice. Okay. So I said that the centros, I actually wanted to make them the red. So let's see. Can I actually go around everything? Wow, there's some birdies out there that are just having a fight. Don't know if you can hear it. There's a lot of poking and... What is going on there? It looks like birdies having a fight. Or maybe some gooses having a fight with some other creatures or something. I don't know. Okay, that looks nice. That really ties them together. Okay. I'm going to try to use the same red in the middle of this one. I'm going to go with some white here because it needs more white, but it's okay. My brush is not tiny enough for this, so I'm just going to try my best, but if I don't, I have white. And I'm not afraid to use it, man. It's like I have white and I'm not afraid to use it. I actually wanted to. I was looking around. You guys know that I started as a crafter when I started. So I was actually thinking with all my designs, what would be a cool idea is to make a live stream where we make some cards, but you know, we hand make them because we make some cards with our own designs. And I guess the only ones that I'm gonna use are probably sentiments and stuff like that. Because, well, my maybe cat is hunting again. Oh, yes, you. So, funny story, okay? The funniest story of today. We were biking. We went to the market because today is market day. I don't know in your cities how things are, but for us, Wednesdays and Saturdays is market day. So that means, fresh produce is being sold in the market. So, yay. I need to add the white things. And this, we always go there. And we were coming back. We had these huge backpacks. We're coming. I just need to let it a bit dry out by the time I'm picking this one up. And we need to cross. So, like I said, my city is kind of on an island. My city is on an island, but the island has lots of water and rivers and canals going, right? So I have to cross some bridges to get to my home. And by the canals, because they're quite big and so on, there's always the cats from neighbors and so on. They always go and they hunt around. And there was this cat who was, so we passed it and he was like crouching like that. And he jumped and he actually catched the bird. And then he was like so proud of himself. And then he started walking around with the bird in his mouth. I was like, wow, you are quite a predator. And then there came another cat, and they start fighting over the bird of that the first cat catch. Was super hilarious, to be honest. But I was so much amazed that that cat was, fast enough to catch this bird. There's a lot of birdies here. There's a lot of birdies around, and they are mocking my cats a lot of times, right? They're very fast and they can fly, but yeah, this cat was a real hunter cat, I think. He just pounced and got the birdie. So that was really fun to watch, to be honest. So at least the cats can actually take care of themselves a little bit, so that's nice. Okay, I'm just going to do some white dots here and there. That elevates always the piece, to be honest. Okay, it makes it look like it's a galaxy kind of thing, so you know, I don't know if I'm explaining very good, but it makes them look really nice. Okay. Okay, and this red one. Okay, and now I'm going to add on all of them a little bit. This is going to look so nice. This is really going to look nice. Okay, I just add them randomly, to be honest. There's no rhyme and reason. It's just what looks nice at the moment. Okay. Okay, and now I'm thinking, should I add a little bit, some dots here and there, maybe. Not too many, not everywhere, but yeah. Okay, I added on that one. Let's see if I need to add anything here. Okay. So I hope so far you've liked it. It's been 1 hour since we started. And I've just finished this part, right, which I'm really happy with. I don't think I can stay tonight 2 hours for the live stream to do the other part and the other peonies, and maybe I'll just leave it for another time, okay? Because there's always another time. So let's recap what we did here. I tried to do an alternative color scheme, right? So we didn't do the peonies with red, we didn't do, right? I tried to do more yellow pinkish, and then the leaves to be super dramatic. And I think this gives it a really 3D feel. It really looks like 3D because the leaves are so dark, they really look also tucked in underneath. And this is kind of the sensation that you want to give to anything. I noticed one mistake, which I'm going to actually fix right now. By the way, what I used is a Micron pen. This has not a felt tip, but it has a plastic tip, and I actually ordered myself quite a few of them. You know, I needed to have this one. So greenish black, and we're gonna do this. Nice. Okay, that looks more cohesive a little bit. Right? So for tonight, that's it. I'm really liking the color schemes. It's really something that I haven't done before. And I'm thinking this one, I'm gonna make the complete opposite. This one is gonna be red peonies with orange and really like maybe this one like really dark purple, orange red, and then this one's really red, and then the leaves is gonna be these bright greens. So I just want to see how they will look like together. Yeah, and we're gonna do that next time, next live stream. Check it out. Don't forget to subscribe if you really wanna see the next live stream. Usually I have live streams on Wednesdays and on Sundays, unless I'm sick, but majority of the times I'm just coming. And this was it for today. It really looks nice. Yeah, thank you, Johan, and bye bye, Marlena. Thank you for commenting and for staying live. Don't forget to also like this so that other people can see it and be shown to it, because maybe not everybody watches live streams. Yeah, thank you so much.